Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Jedi Knights Watch. My name is Graham, and fresh off the Penguin Season 1 finale, I had to get this. This is the bar boss from Mars Toys / 6 Feet Lane Studio. Man, I'm so excited to have the Penguin in my display. After seeing the show, I really needed some sort of representation of the Penguin. If Hot Toys does this, great, but at least I have him here now. And I got mine from onemanshobby.com. You can find the link in the description below. Pretty fast shipping, no problems, very smooth, so really good experience there. Before we get going, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss any future reviews coming your way. And again, this is the Bar Boss. This is SS002, and this is the A1. They made a couple of these figures, and I chose the one with more of the open mouth look, different color suit. And yeah, we're going to get into it right now. The box itself is actually pretty premium quality feeling. The cardboard actually feels thick, like thicker than Hot Toys usually does. And as we get this onto the table too, you're going to see that it's got like foam inserts. So really happy with the presentation on this. If anybody can tell me what the relationship is between Mars Toys and 6 Feet Lane Studio, I'd love to know, because there's no Mars Toys branding, but they kind of go hand in hand. So let me know in the comments below. And we're just getting another look here at the box. You can see some legal stuff on the back as well. But a nice image with, I like the skyscrapers of Gotham kind of going vertically and just kind of framing in the Penguin. Really wish we would have gotten that smiling sculpt, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Really good presentation so far. I'm a big fan of foam inserts. It just gives that premium feel. I think it also protects the figure and the accessories a little bit better than the clamshell as well. Just, it's a nicer experience when you're unboxing. And here you can see we have 2 layers of foam, and you got a lot of the accessories there on the bottom. So here you can see everything that comes with our Penguin figure, and I think it's a fair amount of accessories. We're going to talk about them in a little bit. But my first impression of the figure is it's pretty well done. Is the head sculpt spot on? We'll talk about that in a little bit, but let's get him out. Let's start with the base, because that's what we always do here at the Jedi Knights Watch, and it's pretty good. It's got the Batman logo on the top, and this one actually came out pretty good. I don't see any bubbling or really like hard scratches, so really nice job here so far. And then on the front you do have the Penguin nameplate, and it's very, easy to read and not gaudy or anything like that. Comes with a normal crotch grabber, which I'm perfectly fine with. This is a nice base. I have no issues with it, so it'll go nicely in the display with the Penguin itself. And here we have all the accessories that come with our Penguin figure. We got all these hands on top, and we'll just pick one out to take a look at. They did these pretty well overall. You got the ring, and then you got like the skin spotting going on, nice textures going on. Really well done. The only issue I have is one of these hands, and it's just one of them too. You can see the seam here where they just like kind of glued the thumb on, and that's a little too much for me. You got too much of a gap there. It's too noticeable. Not a big fan of that. Here we got a pointing hand as well, and again, just overall, other than that one, really well done. And the weird thing is, you got 2 of these same sculpted hands just left and right, but one has the seam and one doesn't, so I'm not sure what happened there. I think other people have had the same problem. We got the duffel bag, which is, nicely done. The zipper does work, and then on the inside you do have like some foam just to pad it out so it actually looks like there's, money in there. Got to carry a strap that he can put on the shoulder or that he can carry himself with plastic clips as well. And then we have his like small like Uzi gun. It's very lightweight. It's like hollow, and nothing is working on it. The clip doesn't come out, but it is painted really well. You got nice weathering going on and some dry brush going on as well. Then we have the drops. We got a bunch of drops, so I'll just take one out so we can get a look. It's got the drop head on there, and then on the back you can see it's all in its like little packaging, so that's really cool too. It's cool that they gave you more than one. The umbrella is a nice touch. I like it that it's sculpted. It'd be nice if you could open it up, but I kind of like this better because you just don't have to worry about it. If you opened it up, you can never get it to look how it did before, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. And then of course we do have extra buttons, which is always a welcome feature too. Then finally we have his coat, which is pleather. It's definitely going to be pleather. It feels very cheap, like this is going to peel eventually. It feels a lot like the Crow coat, but a lot more lightweight than that. It looks nice, nothing wrong with it, but I do worry that this is going to peel pretty quickly. And now out of the box, we see our Penguin figure for the first time, the Bar Boss, and he looks really good. Again, I got like the checkered suit. I think the other one is more of like stripes or pinstripes. And I think the tailoring is really well done. He's got somewhat of a fat suit on there. You could get your first glimpse here of the head sculpt, which does look a lot better than the prototype that they showed us. And that's why I wasn't going to get this figure. Also, you know, I didn't think the Penguin was as much of a great character in the movie. He had some moments, but they really built him out in the HBO show, which is really what has inspired me to get this figure. Getting the figure in hand, we'll take a look a little bit more in detail here. You know, again, it's really well tailored. The suit looks nice, very high end. The purple shirt just does a little bit too to kind of bring some life to the outfit as well. But yeah, overall, it looks super, super good. Let's go to the head sculpt here, and you can see it's kind of got a little bit of like the mouth open. Got the scar going through his face right there, wrinkles going on. Is it 100%? No, but I think it's pretty good. This is a good representation here. You got the hair kind of combed off to the side. I think there is good detail though. He had a lot of skin texture in the movie and in the show, and I think this does show it off pretty well. I would like a smiling head sculpt, and I'm a little surprised that they didn't give us at least a second head sculpt. With like Mars Toys, they've been giving us 2-3 head sculpts at a time. Really would have liked to see a secondary head sculpt with this. Instead of having to buy another figure, and would love to see a smiling face on this one. But again, you know, the pants are nice, the shoes are nice, there's socks underneath, very well sculpted. Something I did notice, I don't go over articulation, but something I did notice is that it's a really tight figure. Usually these third-party figures are going to be really loose, but the arms are super tight and they actually squeak when you move them. So that's a little annoying, and I don't want to break the figure, but you saw before there, he's got his suspenders, which is a nice touch. Does have a double bend in the arm too, and you can see under the sleeve there a little bit. I didn't show it because I didn't see it until later, but he has a watch on the left hand and then a golden chain bracelet on the right. That's a nice touch too. Like, you're not always going to see that, but it's really nice to have that extra detail there too, especially when you do bend the arms, because then it will be exposed and you could hide the joints with it. Next up, we're going to pin him with the Batman. This is the Hot Toys version, so you can just get a look at what they look like together. Obviously, Batman's base is a little higher up, so he does look a little bit taller, but I think this is a nice stagger, too, if you want to have it on your shelf like this. All right, guys, let's get him into some poses, talk about some of the things that I like and some of the things that I dislike about the figure. Let's start with the likes. The first thing is that, hey, it's great representation to have the Penguin from the 2022 film in the collection. The show really did this some favors as well, as it was really well executed. It's got nice accessories. You know, what do you give, you know, the Penguin? You know, he doesn't have a ton, but, you know, you gave him the drops, you gave him the duffel bag, you gave him the umbrella as well as the gun. I think a lot of good stuff there. So it definitely comes with enough to make this an interesting figure. I think the tailoring is really well done too. You see here, like with the suit coat off, he does look a little slim. Maybe it would have been nice to have a little bit more of like a fat suit underneath, just to bulk him up a little bit. But when you put the coat on here, you definitely do, you know, you see he is more on the bulky side. So I think it works, and I do think the tailoring is really well done. I like it that you have different outfits. You know, you can take the trench coat off, you can take the blazer off, you can have a little bit of a few different, you know, options here. And then the last thing that I really like is that we have like premium packaging. The box doesn't feel cheap at all. It's like thicker cardboard. I love the foam packaging. That's always a nice touch too. Some things that I didn't like as much, obviously, you know, we're used to these bodies being really loose and whatnot, and the legs somewhat are, but the upper body and the arms and shoulders are super tight, and when I pose the figure, they actually squeak, so there's a lot of friction there. Not a big deal, but just kind of annoying. The second thing is I like the head sculpt, but I really wish we would have gotten a second or third head sculpt, you know, maybe one smiling. It sounds like Mars Toys is going to make that, but it would have been really nice to have an extra head sculpt because we're so used to it with these Mars Toys figures. They spoil us. So outside of that, this is a solid figure. You know, if you're a fan of the movie, if you're a fan of the show, I definitely think you can't really go wrong with this. If Hot Toys makes it, well, you know, then you get that one, but this is a really good stand-in for the time being, and there is no guarantees that Hot Toys is going to do us DC fans justice and make this. So you know, I would suggest you get them. Like, build out your Batman, your 2022 Batman characters, and this is a great way to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell so again you don't miss any new videos coming your way. Till next time, stay safe out there, and we'll see you soon.